I'm just trolling the.
Shout out to the fans.
These dudes are Xbox. Good matches.
I love he doesn't say nothing for 30 minutes. And he says, shout out to the fans. Hey, Sweets, I got to get on my real build, bro. Or I can do the 6'8" or the 2v8.
Hook's clipping himself. Shout out America.
Mikey pissed I had to run the 1 on the 2, bro. That was true.
Sorry, it's not your fault.
Hook. Callie said Hook took giraffe PG.
Bro, Carlos, I was running PG on a 6.7 with 70 pass, bro.
Oh, okay.
Like, I didn't know I was running the 1.
Oh. Well, can I just get on my 2v8?
I got fucking set up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, for sure.
All right, stream. So, as you see right there, we let the guys run the defense. Pretty traditional stuff. Everyone was held accountable for the most part. So, let's go ahead and dive in, and let's see what manifested tonight here. Let's see where this starts. 1 hour, okay, 1 hour ago. That's not it. No, here we go. So here's first clip of the night. Let's see what happens. This was early on. We were playing hash stack defense. No, I'm sorry. We were playing corner stack defense.
You're a piece of shit.
In this situation, oh, Drew, I'm in the middle of something. In this situation, the instructions were same side stacks. So if the action comes down the right side, Nika takes a slip, right hash rotates, blue hair rotates corner. Same thing with myself and Drew on the left side. So yeah, let's go ahead and play this here. Looks like everyone's showing. So as you see right here, let me go ahead and get the cursor out. The arrow. Here's the emoji. Everyone's doing their thing. He got that board, which is expected. Nika rotated good, which is correct. Jay was in position. Hopefully Jay was eyeing to rotate back up. Where's the top guy? Where's the yellow-haired guy? Where's our lockdown, Carlos? We had 2 lockdowns. We had a blonde guy up here, and we had the blue-haired guy. Those were the 2 lockdowns. They should have been the focus of tonight's match. But as you can see, Carlos is not here. He leaked out. He's gone. Okay, so then...
That was a rebound.
Go ahead and let's see what happens. Boom, wide open 3. And that one's on Carlos. Let's go ahead and see the next one here.
Okay. I don't think these
That's not a rebound on us?
Just by anything. If the whole stream is saying, give me Callie, set you guys up.
At this point, I think we're playing... Whoa. Wait a minute. What are we in here? I think in this one, we're still playing that 3-2 because I see myself on the corner and I'm not on the big guy yet. So, yeah. So, you're going to see me bottom left here. Let's go ahead and watch this here. Boom. So everyone looks like they're in position. Nika's he's prepared to take that blue-haired guy, which is correct. He notices that there's a slip coming down the middle, which is also correct. He's rotating to it. Then you see Jay, blue hair, should be following that down to the corner since it's already a stack situation, which was triggered by number 28 coming down the court. Put the arrow here. So as you see, Nika here is watching this guy. Jay should be watching this corner guy, following that down. Carlos, top middle guy, should be rotating strong side hash every time. Currently, he's right here. Let's go ahead and see how that plays out.
Reborn just put a poll up. What's suggested a poll?
And so this is what happened. So surprisingly, okay, so Nika did good here, which is fine. I don't know why Drew is down here. He should have maintained his position up here since the action came more on the right side of the court. The stack action was on the right side, so Drew sweeps is here baseline for some reason.
Hey,
Carlos
Drew,
should have rotated, but instead, second play in a row. Carlos leaks out. We pay the price. Wide open 3. Okay, so that is this play here. Let's see the next one. Okay, what do we got here? Pop wrap action. Actually, let's see that one. Well, that's a good look. It's a good look. Missed shot. Can't be mad there. Okay. Ah. On this one here, I get the rebound. I get the rebound here? No, this is the first part of that play. Boom. So I get the rebound here. Low rebound. Drew Sweeps called for the ball here, stream. He had a guy playing lane here. He had another guy here. So he had two guys here. And actually, if you play it back, I think...
Let's see.
Right here, Drew Sweeps moves sideways before he gets into that full straight animation. So that kind of... that wasn't a good leak. So when he moved from here to the left, instead of turning around with the camera perfectly, I think that extra second is what hurt me as well. You know, I dotted him. I trusted that, but I go ahead and get the turnover for this.
Let's watch.
Off that call. Okay. All right, here we go. Looks like we're in man. Okay, so at this point, we are playing man. So let me set that up for the stream, so you guys know what we're all looking at here. I'm actually playing the center. I'm guarding the center on my back end. That's this big guy with the blue hair. I believe Nika's guarding the redhead. Jay's on number 1, the blue-haired guy. Carlos is on the orange-haired, the orange shoe guy, and then Drew Sweeps is responsible for the little white guy. Blue shoes. All right, so let's see how this plays out.
Huh?
So at this point, let me break this down because, you know, to the casual watcher, they'd probably say, oh, Captain Hook got scored on right here on that slip. That's his fault. The moment we were in man at this point. Nika is guarding redhead. So actually, if I play it back one frame, you can actually see that. There. So at this point, Nika's guarding the redhead. He's doing good. You know, he jumped early, but that's fine. But then he recovered clearly in front of him still. Jay, blue hair. See, because I'm guarding this big guy right here, number 28. Jay is supposed to be guarding this blue-haired guy up top. Our starting lockdown with the blue hair is supposed to be guarding their guy with the blue hair. He should be up here. He's not. We're playing man. 100% man. For some reason, Jay leaves their top scorer out here. Blitzes the power forward. You can see Slim is labeled the power forward. This is their back end. He comes down here to help out Nika inexplicably, jumping at it. And so the moment he jumps at it, my eyes, instead of looking at my big, now I'm looking at the biggest threat, which is this guy wide open for the 3. On top of that, I gotta fight through the likely screen that's coming because they're like, hey, this, you know, he's not there. So I'm preparing myself to blitz at this guy. The moment I come up here, this center on their team wisely slips, and that's when they score. But the impetus was Jay leaving the top for some reason to go ahead and help Nika, who had everything under control. Let's go ahead and play that out. I'll actually play it back even a little bit more here so you can watch closely. So Jay's on their PG. Nika's still there. Jay jumps. Big slips. And again, if you notice, I came out to try to cover point guard, and that's when Jay went under. So that's what happened on this play, and then they scored. Like I said, the casual viewer would assume that's Captain Hook's fault, but clearly you can see that wasn't the case. Let's go ahead and play the next clip here. And I'm not really targeting clips, guys. I pretty much clipped almost every play I saw. It's a great stop by me. Let's go ahead and play that back. People saying I don't know, you know, the jump contests, you know, playing for the jumps. As a matter of fact, let me see something here. Hold on. Who's supposed to be guarding the orange shoes?
Okay, hold on.
I think this is supposed to be Carlos. For some reason, Carlos is over here. He's supposed to be guarding that orange shoe. Which actually, if you if you watch, I start blitzing orange shoes because I see Carlos is nowhere in sight. And that's why I end up in a situation where I have to recover to get back to my big. So when the big goes under and shoots and I jump early and then have to do a second jump to recover, luckily I'm able to save the day on this play. But I would not have been in this vulnerable situation where I had to chase him from behind if I didn't have to shade my body towards orange shoes, which was wide open. Again, because Carlos, the blonde guy on our team over here, is at half court for some reason. I don't know why. Let me see if I can play back a few frames. Okay, so at this point, there seems to be some mix-up on who's guarding who. I think it was pretty clear that Jay was, blue hair was on blue hair, right? Our, superstar lockdown was supposed to be guarding their point guard. As you see right down here, it says PG next to Z Hedge's name. So Carlos should have been guarding him. At this point, this is the fourth quarter. We went into man, I believe, in the third quarter. So everyone knew who to guard. This was not a transition situation. This is just Carlos, for some reason, guarding Jay's guy, leaving this wide open. So again, watch how I come over here, and then that's when the action comes into the paint, and I have to recover and save the day. I'm up here. I drop down. I have to jump early. I get my second jump, thank God, because of Legend Pogo, and I save the day, and that's that play. Here's the next one. Nice little transition sequence. Drew to Nika. We're playing man here. Okay. And that's just a back cut. So, again, we're playing man. Just going to highlight this. Everyone's, as Drew Sweep said earlier, the instructions were everyone needs to be hedging the rim. Why? To protect ourselves from getting hit with a back cut. So, pretty much everybody should be lined up between the guy they're guarding and the rim. As you can see in this situation, Nika was lifted. If he would have been 3 feet more deeper back on the baseline, this point guard would not have seen that vulnerability and would not have called that back cut. But because Nika was 3 feet up, point guard took advantage, called the cut, and here's what happens. And that's that one. There's the next one here. Let's see what we got going on. That's me and Jay playing the PNR together. Let's see if I show correctly here. So again, you see Jay's trying to fight through the screen. I'm prepared to come up and show. Waiting to see how Jay's going to react to that screen. He gets in, but now the moment that... this is one of the biggest vulnerabilities for a lot of lockdowns. The Devin Booker. The moment they do the Devin Booker, it throws the lockdown to the side. Now, one way to counter this is to hold the B button so that you don't get those drag animations where your body gets shifted to the right. Because as you can see here, Jay is still shifted to the right. And he crabs him. Little snatch back. I showed as best I could. I'm watching the paint. I'm going under to make sure he doesn't get the rebound. And at this point, he got crabbed. He got crabbed. I showed long enough to cover for him, but he got crabbed, and there's the wide open shot, which the guy did miss. But that's that play right there. Next one here. Again, stream, we're breaking down traditional defense led by Drew Sweeps with Jay at starting lockdown. The guy's really, taking control of this. Let's see what we got here. I'm resetting Drew, the standard PNR. So, right here, I go under. Drew wants another screen. He wants me to come back up. I come up. As I'm coming up, he doesn't pause and dribble back to allow the screen to develop. He literally Devin Booker's into my body. I don't know why, but he Devin Booker's into my body and then accuses me of the Gortat, as you can see, and then he gets the push animation. But the moment that he sees I'm coming back, he snatches back at this point. So he's doing the right thing in this moment. He's snatching back. He should have done another behind the back or something, or just pulled back on the left stick to allow me to come up and set another screen. As you can see on the timer, we've got 7 seconds. That's still a good amount of time. Would have been nice if Nika starts looking at the rim to try to rebound there. But let's go ahead and see what happens on this guy. Like I said, Devin Booker's into my body. And that's the end of that play. Here's the next one. See what we got going on here.
Huh? The cat is asleep.
Okay, so let me explain what's going on here. A lot of the top guards in 2K, a lot of the league point guards, they'll actually bring the ball up court. They'll stop somewhere around the half court line up here, and they let everything develop. So in other words, they let their corners get to the corners, they let their guy get to the hash, they let the angles develop, and they allow the big to set the screen. But it usually happens somewhere up here before they go into their first move. One of the mistakes Drew Sweeps makes is he's waiting for everyone to set up, which is good. The problem is, instead of waiting up here, he waits plush on the three-point line where all the pressure is. And when he comes down to the three-point line, he stands there, doesn't really do much because, again, he's still waiting for everyone to get to their spots. But then he gets plucked. If he would have waited out here, he would have been in more open space to protect himself and protect the team with the ball
No,
from
no,
that
no,
happening.
no
So let's
food
go ahead
right
and see
here.
what happens here.
Stay right here first.
He comes
Stay right
in,
there first.
tries
And then
to
eat there. Eat.
behind the back into the body, and that's a bucket for the other team. That's another 5-point swing there. Okay, here's the next one. All right, Drew's bringing the ball down the court. That's a great screen by me. Drew takes the shot. And a lot of times Drew complains that these screens are not hitting, and that's the reason that he doesn't make his shots. So, right here, you clearly see that my screen hit. You see my screen hit cleanly on the guy guarding him on the lockdown. The lockdown is officially out of the picture. So at this point, you watch and see what the back end's doing. Clearly, the back end is blitzing Drew. So Drew has two options here. He can either continue the long run, allow me to do my slip, and then he can either dot me or dot the guy that helps, or he can exploit the mismatch in speed between him and the big, on the back and guarding him, long run it back left into this beautiful open space where he has a three. Once he sees this screen hit, he assumes that's the green light to shoot, but he doesn't focus on the back end. And that's one of the mistakes a lot of point guards make when they're trying to get to the next level. You need to always watch the back end. The back end, the lockdown becomes a second nature thing. You got to learn how to space yourself, the dribbles and whatnot. But you need to watch the back end. If you don't watch the back end, everything can fail. So in this situation, the back end's already blitzed him. He's already come up all the way up here. So Drew, again, should have long run it longer so that I could slip and then dot me, or pull it back and isolate the back end over here. But instead, he steps right here and goes for the shot. Very deeply contested. I'm not sure what the percentages were, but let's go ahead and see it. And that's what happened. They actually switched it back, which is even worse. So I really had to slip there. I'll play it one more time here. Here's my clip. I slipped. It's not there. He also could have long run it back left way. Here's one more time. So like I said, the first option was what really happened. He just had to long run it back left hash, and that was a bucket. But that turned into a transition 3 for the other team. It's a 6-point swing. We're almost done here. Transition action. Oh boy, oh boy. This was not a good one, but I'll break it down here. We're in transition.
Hey, don't do that.
So at this point, we pretty much have all our numbers back.
Hey, go get your walker.
Uh,
Go get your walker.
at this point, you see Carlos. This is transition. So Jay's already got he's got the guy on ball under control. Carlos is guarding the left hash guy in transition. This is the nearest guy, him, the blue-haired guy that he was trying to guard earlier. Drew seems to be kind of, helping out in the paint, hopefully rotating out to this right side over here to, pick someone up, because obviously Carlos has this guy.
Water.
Jay's got this guy under the control. So Drew his instinct should be to run in this direction, find someone out here to pick up, which as you see, this redhead's over here. He could pick this guy up over here so that Nika can get over here. So Drew should be coming this way. Carlos should maintain his position here. I'm already guarding my guy up here. Nika seems to be prepared to guard number 45, if anything, but he's trying to hold this corner guy until probably Drew comes over here. That's ideally what should have happened. So Nika did good here. I clearly did good here. Jay surprisingly did good on this transition one. Carlos is doing good here at this point, and then let's see how this plays out. Is this the same play? Let me see if I can find this. Oh, we already went over this one. So I think we're on this one right here. Right, so this is it again. Okay, and here's the block by Jay. And then this is where the chaos happens. So for some reason, Carlos, after that block by Jay, leaves the left hash, blitzes down here. Now Jay sees that, and Jay's trying to cover for Carlos's mistake. Blitzes the hash, but obviously it's too late. Meanwhile, Drew sweeps, for some reason, stayed down here. If he would have originally come this way, I think Nika would have shown higher on the redhead. Actually, Nika probably would have shifted to my guy, and I could have helped out more. But myself and Nika were tied up because Drew was nowhere to be found on this right side, and Carlos again was the main problem on this one. Just left his guy for no reason, and then the wide open 3 comes, and let me play that out, and that's what happens there. I'm gonna play this clip one last time in real time so you guys can see it. Just keep an eye on green hair Drew sweeps and yellow hair Carlos.
Is she mad?
They both end up being the guys to guard the guy that Jay was guarding. And then, actually, there's another part to that. We don't get the rebound. And then here's the irony. So, this guy that Nika was trying his best to hold off for as long as possible because he's really watching the big that was up here earlier. He was holding this guy so that Drew sweeps would eventually come back out this way. But because Drew never came this way, Nika had to crash boards. And, as a matter of fact, even after the shot, Drew was already prepared to leak. If Drew would have just stayed back right here, we could have prevented this shot from taking off and then maybe getting an actual leak, so a real 4-point swing. You see the score right now is 53-59. We were down by 6. This brought them up 8, but if Drew had just stayed back here, would have given us a chance to get some type of transition 3, maybe a 5-point swing. Could have been a 1-point game, but again, that's what happened right here. Okay, got a couple more. So, look at this one. At this point, this is not a bad pass by Nika. It's lined up, but the blue-haired guy read it, picked it up. There was other options, but I think that was a decent pass. It just got deflected, whatever. So now when they come down, they come to this corner, I show over here, holding it. So as you see, I'm holding it so that Nika can come back here. We've got 3 guys over here at the 3-point line. I don't know who they're guarding. Neither one of them is really even looking at the blue-haired much. But I'm holding this corner one for Nika so that I can come out here. So I come out here just to hold this guy, knowing that Carlos is responsible for this orange shoot guy. So I'm holding this for a second, and I see Carlos is not guarding anybody. He was next to me. I saw it. So I assumed that he was going to come this way, pick him up, so that I could sag down and protect the paint where this redhead was and where my big was trailing. So let me show you what happens here. So as you see, this is my situation. I've got Nika doing a good job on this one. Actually, he's watching his corner. He's watching the paint. I was holding the corner for Nika. Nika eventually got to it. Now I'm holding the orange shoot guy for Carlos to get to it. Carlos didn't come, so I figured Drew would come. Drew didn't come, I figured Jay would come. Looks like Jay was really focused more on these left side guys, possibly the blue-haired guys, so I can accept that. But Drew and Carlos, again, neither one of them is, picking up on this. I'm showing as best I can, and then I have to go under to watch the big, who I'm responsible for, and I'm the only big body that can protect from this guy as well. So I'm actually coming down here to protect this area, hoping that Drew or Carlos is going to pick up the read and, pick this guy up. I can only hold him for so long, the same way I held the corner for Nika to get there. So, as you can see, let me play this through. I have to go under here.
Hold on.
I go under. Now I'm picking up my two guys. Jay, blue hair, is watching his blue-haired guy. Nika's trying his best to shade for me as well while watching his corner. We did as much as we can, but again, Drew and Carlos were both... I mean, if you see it, the three of us were guarding two guys each. But Drew and Carlos were not guarding anybody on this play. And you could see the score was 6 point. It's a 6-point game. This shot, which they end up making, takes them up 9, is really what sealed us. But if we had gotten a stop here, if they had rotated correctly, they missed, we get the rebound, transition 3. That's a 6-point swing. So this play right here, guys, was the kiss of death. And it would have tied the game up, and we could have had momentum to take it over. But again, Drew and Carlos were both not guarding anybody. And, you know, I don't know how to handle that there. But, you know, so this is what happens. So then they score the 3. I'm going to play this clip from the beginning in real time so you guys can kind of see it. Here we go. There's Nika trying to get me the ball. Deflection. Here comes the transition defense. Let's see what they do. And that's all she wrote. A couple more here now. 1:30 left. So again, me and Jay playing this PNR action. Everyone's holding their own. Okay, so here Nika got hit with a wrap. We're in a top wrap. We're in a man situation. Actually, it's a 6-point game at this point. So we had multiple opportunities here. So, you know, like you could see, I even bumped my guy. I'm chasing him under, but really, right here, this is when the chaos happened. We're playing man. Nika was guarding the redhead. The redhead just does a simple wrap. The moment he does this wrap, and again the score, it's a 6-point game. If we would have stopped this 3, this is another chance. We actually somehow had an additional chance. If we would have stopped this 3, we could have had a 3 in transition off the rebound or whatever and tied it up. So we still had a chance at this point. But again, right corner wraps up. Nika doesn't follow it. Wide open 3. They score on Nika. So Nika hurts us big time on this one here. But here you go. I'm going to play this one again in real time. Just keep your eyes on Nika, bottom right corner. Look at his positioning. He gets stationary. That's what the problem is. He starts sagging in. Boom, it's too late. So that's what happened on that one. Got just 2 clips left here, guys. All right, let's see this one here. At this point, it's over. It's a 9-point game with a minute left. Let's see how guys follow through. Okay, so this one, Jay, the blue-haired lockdown on our team, is responsible for the point guard. Everyone's playing pretty good off ball on this one, I would say. So here's what's happening. Nika's now, you know, he saw what happened with that wrap, so he's trying to position himself in a spot where he can catch the cut and the wrap at the same time. I think he's doing good there. Drew is sagging off a little bit. He's doing good. He's ready to catch the baseline. Well done, Drew. Carlos is finally, you know, aligned with the orange shoes guy in the rim. So he's watching that. I'm lifting up quite good amount on the center. Jay's, you know, pressing high right here. He's doing good at this point, but let's see where he fails. The moment he fails is right here. He's not able to maintain a square position on the point guard. The reason for that is because he's just moving that left stick back and forth, and he's allowing the point guard to just chain this combo back and forth, allowing the lockdown to get drag animations that put him on his side. The moment he's got the defender on his side, it's exploited and it's over. If Jay would have simply stayed right in front of him, held the B button, spammed the B button, that prevents the defender from getting hit with those drag animations. It really cancels all those drag animations. But as you can see, Jay did not do that. He's just wiggling the left stick back and forth, falls on the side hip, and now the PG's got a simple run at the rim. And let's see how this plays out. So as you can see, I'm trying my best to split 2 right here. I've got the big trailing, and I've got this guy as well. So I'm trying my best to hold them both, hoping Jay would come in. Even Nika's trying to help out at this point, but Jay was nowhere in sight. And it all started again the moment you see this. Boom, right there. The moment you see this animation from Jay where he's on the side of the hip, he's failed his job as a lockdown. He was not able to maintain squared up. This is what Ratty was talking about last night, where certain players, they just don't have stick skills. They don't belong on the court. And we paid the price. But that's what happened there. And then they come running in.
Margie happy.
Okay. And then here's the final clip.
No, I want Margie happy.
Everyone's doing a great job. And
I
then
want Margie scared.
this is just like twisting the knife at this point. But if you watch this play, everyone's pretty much in a good spot. Well, actually, I should take that back. Drew Sweeps is standing on the left block. There's no way he's going to get to this. He's not even in the lane to play steals. He's certainly not in position for the closeout. He's just by the block. Carlos is in a good position. Nika's in a good position. Nika's longer. He can cover more ground. So he's watching this and trying to help on the slips. I'm showing on my center. Jay needs to recover, which he does, but then he loses focus. And that's when
Margie scared.
their point guard does a little side wrap back out to the hash and hits Jay with the 3. Let's see how that looks. So,
She's scared.
as you can see at this point, everyone's still accounted for except for Drew Sweeps is still about 12 feet away from his guy. They just failed to make the dot. Nika followed his guy here, which is good. I was able to maintain this guy everywhere. I mean, he went under, he popped out. I'm keeping up with him. I'm doing my thing. But for some reason, Jay, after, leaves their best player, decides to blitz my guy when we're playing man. There's no stacks, no rotations. We're just playing man. He decides to leave right here, come out here for some reason, and blitz my guy. And so their point guard over here sees Jay doing that. He sees Jay looking down here. So he decides, you know what? I'm going to create an angle for my teammate to pass to me. So he wisely doesn't just stay right here. He opens up his angle and he comes out somewhere in this area so that the center has a clean pass angle for him. And then he makes the 3, and then that's the knife being twisted. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that really quick and pause it again. There you go. So again, Carlos is following his wrap across, which is good. Nika's still maintaining his position on his guy and watching the paint. Drew a mile away from his guy at this point. But Jay, leaving his guy right here wide open, comes down here to my guy. And when he reaches, you see he's in a steal animation. He's in a reach animation from behind, which would have been a foul. But he reaches, and then this guy on their team, the center of theirs, passes it here for the open 3. And, well, that's what happens. I'll play that out. And at this point, actually, it's funny because Jay realizes he messes up. So he's out of position with no stamina. So in a desperate attempt to maintain position on his guy, he goes ahead and tries to reach it here. But he's got like no adrenaline's left. He reaches. And that's when the guy exploits him and just, long runs it to the hash here for the wide open 3. So I'll go ahead and play that part now. Boom. And this here, folks, is about all she wrote. Drew Sweeps, still a mile away from his guy. Carl's trying his best to keep up, finally. Nika's in good position here. I'm in good position. But Jay is just... he's supposed to be our starting lockdown, and you see what happens there, so... and then they score. I'm going to go ahead and play this one naturally, full speed. Here you go. I stay in front of my guy. I'm with him. I'm good. And boom. That's the dagger. Again, which leads to this situation here. Here's your box score. Now, there's a lot of ways you can look at this box score. I know a lot of people are DMing me right now saying, oh, well, Drew sweeps Soul because, you know, he shot 6 of 14 and every missed 3 was a 6-point swing the other way. So if Drew would have just missed a few, if he would have made a few more of his 3s, we would have blown him out, but Drew didn't make them. And so, and again, this is us running non-plays, just traditional PNR, where Drew just has to use screens and make the right reads. And when we fall into this, you know, these are the numbers. Don't blame Drew, though, guys. Do not blame Drew sweeps. He's not Superman. You know, it's up to the rest of us to step up and, you know, show that we can help him. Our lockdown, Jay, almost zeros across the board there. Carlos missed all his wide open 3s.
There, I'm gonna get it.
You know, their point guard even shot 4 for 10 as well. So,
We go get it. Go
oh yeah, that's pretty much it. So you guys can rank it as the way you want. I'll just share my opinion.
Yan, ani, eh.
Here's the order of player performance for the night on this one. And that's true. Drew Sleeps was not on a PG. That's true. To Drew's credit, he did well given the situation. But a 6'7" is a much better defender, and he did make quite a few errors. Not as many as others, though. So, who played best? Hook. Number 2. Select app. Number 3.
Mr. Mouse?
Drew Sweeps. Number 4. 4 and 5 is almost a tie, but if we're gonna, you know, throw it a certain way, he wasn't responsible for the point guard, so Carlos. And then number 5 was Jay. Our blue hair locked in. So as you can all see, this concludes the experiment of traditional defense with non-talented, non-stick skilled players. Drew did well though. Shout out Drew Sweeps. Enjoy the stream. Good night, everyone. Alright. Alright, guys. Peace.